A gift for a princess. The king of Prabhatpur was worried. He had fondly hoped that by now his only daughter, Princess Priya, would be married. There certainly was no shortage of suitors, for the princess was extremely beautiful, and whoever married the princess would one day become the ruler of the kingdom with all its power and riches. There were three princes who were forever visiting the palace, hoping to win the hand of the princess. Each of the princes were perfectly eligible, they were handsome, and each was descended from great rulers of Indian kingdoms. But it was of no use. The princess just could not make up her mind as to which of the three princes she would like to marry. Then the king had an idea to solve this vexing problem. So, sending for the princess, he said to her, "Months roll by, and still you cannot decide which of the three princes you will wed. So, I suggest that I set the princess a task to perform, and the one who does best shall have your hand in marriage." "That sounds wonderful," agreed the princess happily. So, the following day, the three princes were invited to dine at the palace, and after they had feasted, the king leaned back in his chair, eyeing the three princes approvingly. "Each of you wish to marry my daughter," he said smilingly. "Now, what I propose is the one who brings within 30 days the most acceptable gift for the princess shall have her hand." "An excellent idea," exclaimed the three princes almost in one breath, and each was eager to get away from the palace to search for a gift that would win the princess. The days rolled by, and towards the end of the 30 days, one of the princes rode up to the palace, bringing with him a casket containing the most fabulous precious stones. Almost at his heels came the second prince, and he laid in front of the king his gift composing of rare weapons inlaid with gold and gems. "Now we must wait for the third prince," said the king, eyeing the gifts with a frown. Right at the end of the 30 days, the third prince galloped through the palace gates. When he was shown into the presence of the king, everyone was shocked to see that his clothing was dusty and torn, and he certainly carried no gift for the princess. "Your Majesty," said the prince, addressing the king, "I bring no gifts. I have come to beg your forgiveness, for other events proved to be more pressing, and I have been unable to fulfill the task you set." The king looked at the prince with a smile in his eyes. "Pray, tell us of these other events that proved so pressing." "It is not a long story, sir," replied the prince promptly. 2 days' ride from your kingdom, I encountered a group of men, women, and children who were in great distress. A band of robbers had raided their village and, having looted everything worth taking, the robbers set fire to the village. The villagers were scared, went on the prince. But I banded the men together and raised more men from neighboring villages. Then, with my motley army, I invaded the robbers' territory and defeated them soundly. It all took time, so I no longer consider myself a suitor for your daughter. I merely beg you to forgive me. Nonsense, exclaimed the king. Your valor in helping those in distress is the greatest gift you could bestow on the princess. At a sign from her father, the princess smilingly, demurely took a garland of roses and placed it round the neck of the prince. Thank you for listening.